Hi, greetings, and welcome to my channel. Remy here. Let's see how to split Gridfinity bins larger than the available print area. There are different sites where you can generate Gridfinity bins, and also you can use your preferred 3D designing software if it supports, such as Autodesk Fusion, FreeCAD, Onshape. Now let's see a few of the sites where we can generate the bins online. This is Gridfinity generator site where you have option for box, the base plate and the cutout. So you can click on this create a box and then you can drag the slider for the X and Y axis to have the number of boxes in that dimension. And also you can drag the Z height to increase or set the desired amount of height of the Gridfinity box you want. There are other options over here. You can play around with it. The next one over here is gridfinity.bowens.co. So you have to define the dimensions over here, the width, length, and the height. And then you can click on generate and it will download the bin as per the dimension defined. This is the next site. This is gridfinity.perplexinglabs.com. Over here you have two options, Gridfinity Rebuild and Gridfinity Extended. I normally use Gridfinity Extended. So click on this one and then basic bin and you will get this default option. You can render and download, or you can see over here the output of the generated configuration. So let's say I want to have a different size. So 8 by 2 and then click on render. So you'll get a different dimension over here, what you set with an height of 6. Next thing what you need to notice, if your printer is large enough, you can print the whole thing well and good. If not, for me I need to split because I have a small size printer, so I need to split this. When you have to split, make sure that your floor efficient floor is set to off. This way you will have a thick layer. If you set this to, so let's say if you set this to smooth render, you will have these holes in between, or the depth of this will be as per the floor thickness 1.2 mm. Then when you split this, you don't have, so let's say if you split anywhere, you don't have a good contact area to stitch the to glue the two parts together. So if that is the case, then make sure that this is off render, and when you split this, you will have a good contact area to glue it together. Now let's see how to generate Gridfinity bins from Onshape. So once you logged into Onshape, go to the Path Studio, and once you are in Path Studio, first thing is, if not added, you'll have to add Gridfinity as a custom features. So click on this icon over here, the drop down arrow, add custom features. From here you have to add Gridfinity as a custom feature. I have already added that, so I will click on the Gridfinity bin generator. Once you open this, you have to set the dimension over here, the width and the length, how many boxes you want, and the height. So let's say I want to generate width like 2, length 8 boxes, and height is of 6. So the width and the length is 42 by 42 and the height is 7 mm each. So when you say 2, it means 42 into 2. Likewise, 8 means 42 into 8, and the height is 7 mm. So height will be 6 into 7. So this way, once you set the parameters, click OK, this green button. Let's hide the planes, all planes, and now we have a clean view. So Now we have to, since our print print area is small, I need to split this so that I can print it on a smaller printer which has a small print area, and then glue it together. So for that I'll have to click on the split icon over here. Under parts, select the part, this part, and then entity to split with. I will, instead of the entity, I will click on the select mate connector. Normally when we try to split, we'll try to split in the center so that we have equal distribution and we can print that. But in this case, if you split, I would not recommend. So let's try to split in the center and see why I would not recommend to do that. So the center is over here, so we can split over here. Now if you click OK, and let's hide one of the part over here. So let's say we'll hide this one. Now if you see here, you don't have a much contact surface area to glue. So this area which you are going to glue, it's not large enough to glue both the parts together. So the contact area is very less. So this is just like from here to here is 1.8, and this will be 2 mm, which is not good enough to glue together. If the part is bigger than this, then you'll have a problem. Even for this one, I would not recommend to glue with this small contact surface area. So what we'll do is, instead of splitting at the center, we'll try and split somewhere in the middle of this box. So we'll change this, remove the contact, click again on contact, mate contact, contact, and then we can split over here. Now if you see here, let's hide one. You have a larger contact area, contact surface is more. Here you can also put some holes over here, two holes, and then you can have a perfect alignment to join the two boxes, and you can use your leftover filament to join them. So for that we'll have to create some random holes which will be identical on both the sides. So on this side as well on the other side. So we have two sides over here, this side and this side. So we'll try to create holes first. So we'll rename this to, let's say, A, stacking A, and this one to B. Okay, and we'll use A as a base side to create the holes. So we'll click on sketch and select this face, then click on the circle over here, and you don't need to be exactly at a certain dimension. You can click it and you can try to put it somewhere at the center. Okay, then set the diameter to 1.9 and same to 1.9. So I will make them equal. So you can select these two and you can click on this equal icon, or you can select and press the shortcut key E on the keyboard. Now if you want, you can realign, adjust the dimension however you want, but this is just for testing purpose or just to demonstrate. I will leave it as it is. Click OK. Now click on extrude, and we are going to remove from here, extrude, remove, select the face of the sketch. We'll click on this icon and select the sketch, and then we'll remove 5 mm. So now if you see, this is a hole of 1.9 diameter. So now this is done. We'll hide this and we'll select the B side. Again, before that we'll unhide the sketch one and click on a new sketch, select the face. Why I had to unhide is because we need to use the earlier holes in order to be at the same position so that we can align them properly. So click on the use option over here, this one, or the shortcut key U on the keyboard. Press the U letter and select this circle and this circle. So now we have the same dimension what is defined in sketch 1 will appear on sketch 2. Click OK. Now we can hide sketch 1 and unhide the part B so that this is visible. Now click on extrude, remove, and under sketch select sketch 2, and for remove depth we'll say 5 mm again and click OK. Okay. Now we have to change the direction over here. If you see, this is a red color pointing outside, which is not correct. So we have to change the direction over here. Just click on this arrow opposite direction and it will go towards inside. Click OK. So now we have 2 holes over here on this part and also on this part, which will align properly. So once you print this, the 2 holes will match and you can put your 1.75 mm leftover filament, which you have. Ideally, you can use PETG ABS, but not PLA. PLA is brittle; it will break if you use that. So I would recommend to go with PETG, ABS, or anything else. Once this is done, you can right click, export, and export, and then you can select to print this. So this is one way of doing it. Now if you see here, the problem what I see in this, you have a good contact surface over here, but if you see this part, this area, so from here to here, this is just 1.8 mm, so it will be very flimsy. Better to add holes over here so that it also have this guided holes, and once you add the filament over here, it will have a better strength. If you see the size or the width, it's just 1.8 mm from here to here. So over here, if you see, it's 1.8 mm, and our hole dimension is 1.9 mm, which is not enough to create the required hole. So what we'll do over here is we'll create a small wall like this, and then we'll insert a hole. So now we'll create another sketch. So we'll show the A part, click on sketch, and then click on the this face, and now we'll add the required extra wall. So we'll click on the circle over here, corner rectangle, then click on this corner over here and drag it onto this line. Then this will set to 3.2 width, and the same thing we'll do on the other side. So we'll click on the corner rectangle over here, then again click on this point and then drag it down until this horizontal line is highlighted and click over there. Then we'll keep the dimension of this width and this width is same. So for that, now click on escape key and select the both the lines, this line and this line. You can click on the equal to sign over here, or you can click on the keyboard E button. So this will be equal in width. Now once this is done, click OK. And now we need to extrude this again, once again. So click on extrude. So extrude this. We'll click on add, and we'll add it to the same part, to this part. So the face or the sketch, we'll select sketch 3 in this case, and we'll select the direction to the other side to sketch. So this will keep, let's say, 3 to 4. So we'll keep 4 mm. So from here to here, this depth will be 4 mm. Now the same thing we need to do on the other part. So we'll disable this part A and unhide part B, and we'll do the same thing. So before doing that, we'll this sketch we need to unhide. So click on this eye icon to show. So this is visible. Now click on the sketch and select the face, this face. Now hide the part B. Again, we will use the same sketch dimension before. So click on this use button and drag from here to here to select the sketch. So this lines of the sketch 3 are in use on sketch 4. So you can click OK and then unhide part B. So now this is visible. Again, we have to do an extrude. So we'll click on the extrude button over here under solid, and then click on add face, select the sketch. How much to extrude? Extrude is 4 mm. We'll do 4 mm extrude for this. Okay, so now unhide both the parts. Now if you see, you have created a small wall over here. Okay, now what will happen over here is, we have this chamfer. So we have to maintain the same thing over here for this wall and this wall. So we'll create a chamfer. Click on this, and we'll click this area, this and this. Since the width from here to here is 3.2, we'll set this to 3.2. Click OK. Now this will completely match. Let's hide sketch 3, it's coming in the way. So this will completely match now. And then what we can do is, we have to create holes over here so that we can put the filament to leftover filament to join. So let's do the exercise now again. So we'll hide this B and we'll work on part A. Now we already have this holes over here. So what we'll do is, this is on sketch 1. So from sketch 1, we'll select this, hold on shift key and select until extrude 2. So this will have the sketch 1, sketch 2 for both the sides, and we'll drag and drop it down under chamfer. So double click on sketch 1, and then we can add a few holes again over here. So we can add it randomly anywhere. How many you want depends on your need, but make sure that they are at the same alignment on the second part. So we'll keep the dimension same. So we'll select this, this and this, and this all should be at the same dimension of the other one in order to use the leftover filament. So we'll click on this and select this. So this and this, click on E, then select this and this and press E button. Then over here and here, press E button. So now all this will be of same dimension. Now we have to do the same thing over here. And we'll set the dimension same. So click this and this. Now this and this and this equal. Okay, now we have this as equal diameter for all the hole. Same thing we will do for the sketch 2, which is this one. We will double click this, sketch 2, unhide B and hide A, turn around this. Then sketch 1 we need to unhide, and we need to use the we'll hide B since it is not visible properly. So we need to use the same holes. So click on the keyboard shortcut U and click on these circles. Now we'll hide sketch 1 and then unhide part B. Now if you see, we have holes which are perfectly aligned with the other part. We have created random mounting holes or the alignment holes, but let's see how we can align them right in the center so that we have equal distance on both the sides. So we'll first do it on the sketch 1. So sketch 1 will double click this and hide part B. So we need visibility for part A. In order to get it in the center, so first we'll have to uh, use some construction lines. So we can click on the construction button over here, or you can press the keyboard shortcut Q. So we'll generate some construction line. Now we'll click on the line and we'll draw some lines from here to here, then from here to here. This way we will get center. So again, one line from here to here, another line from here to here. So we have to convert this to a construction line. So click on this line and this line, and click on this construction button over here, or press the Q on your keyboard. So this will convert to construction. Now this way we have the center over here. So we'll take this center, or we can take this center, either one. So this way we'll drag it over here and take the center. Then same thing over here, drag it. This will be now at the center. Okay, so these holes are center of this. Now we have to align it in the center, or equal distance from here to here. So for that we'll put another construction line in the center. So we'll take this point and convert this to construction line. Now we'll take this and put in the center on this line, and these two will have an equal distance. So equal distance, this is 34. So first we'll make this equal. So select this dot over here and this dot and the construction line, and click on the symmetric button over here. So this will be symmetric to this line, and then we'll set the distance. So distance, the whole line is 34. So we'll click on this. Now next we'll align the same thing, these holes to align with these holes in the same line. So we'll take this hole, take it on top of this hole and drag it out over here, and then the same thing we'll do for over here. Once you get this square icon, that means it's center to this construction line, and slowly drag it on top until you see a horizontal dotted line to the other side. So we'll leave it over here. So this will be now parallel to this line and at the same level of this circle. Same thing we can do for this circle as well. So we'll take this one over here and over here. Leave it. Same thing we'll do for this guy. Okay, now these all holes are aligned properly. We need to do the same thing over here. This one is aligned to the center of this line. Okay, and over here, which is good enough, the center of this line, but we don't have a center for this. So what we'll do is we'll take this center and align it. Same thing we can do over here, this center and align it. So to align, you just click on the dot over here and drag it to the construction line over here. So let me do it again and show. So you have in blue color, which means the dimension are not set. It's not constrained. So click on the dot over here, this circle dot inside, drag it to the line, construction line, and you will see the small orange color square surrounding the mouse pointer. Once you get that, drag it back and then leave it, leave the mouse pointer once you come at the same position. So this will align it. Now we have all the holes perfectly aligned to the dimension. You click on OK. Now undo, unhide part B and hide part A. And if you turn around, you will also have the holes aligned it. So since we are reusing, if you double click on sketch 2, we are reusing the the holes or the circles of sketch 1. That will make sure that both the parts have the same holes at the same dimension. So now you can download this and print it, and then use a leftover filament 1.75 mm and put a glue over here, and then you can insert the filament. I would also recommend to add some fillets for the base to get some extra strength. So click on fillet over here and then click the amount depends on you. I will keep it as 1.5 and select these lines over here, the wall and the base where it joins this line. This way it will give some extra strength for the wall and the base to join together. You can also add over here to this, same over here. Now let's see the assembly process. For that you will need some leftover filament, a drill bit which is almost the same size of your filament or a little larger. So I don't have the exact size, but mine was like 1.8 cutter to cut the filament and some glue. So I'm using this glue which you can see on your screen. Let's start by widening the holes. So take your drill bit and gently just drill it by hand, all the holes. Now take your spare filament and test it if we can insert in the holes. If all okay, then we can proceed to the next step of gluing. Insert the cutout filament on the floor of the bins, as that will be used as a guide to attach both the sides. Cut the filament to the required length and gently insert it into all the holes. Do not use much force, as you might break the bins. So take care and gently insert it, and take care of yourself also. Take the glue and put some drops on the filament that you have inserted onto the holes. And also on the sides of the wall, just to give it some extra strength. Thank you for watching this video. God bless, stay safe, and happy Gridfinity.